Welcome to this Windows and Computer channel, and as we are once again looking at what made Windows 10 over 3 years, as we are at the third anniversary, we are all going to look quickly at all the versions that we had since the original version. So the first original version released was version 1507. 1507 was the original version released July 29, 2015. It had a build number of 10,240. So 10,240. It was a breakthrough. It was the first time that Microsoft had announced that, there would not be any other versions of Windows. And it was kind of interesting. It was and felt a little unfinished in many respects, and it quickly was replaced with a version called the November update. The original code name, by the way, of the Windows 10 first version is Threshold 1. The code name for the next version, which was 1511, is Threshold 2, and that came out, it was the 10th of November 2015. It was called the November update. What it mostly did was update some features that felt unfinished, but that were tweaked to look a little more finished. They also tweaked the start menu a little bit. The build number for that one was 10,586, 10,586. And then the next version that followed that came through at the August the 2nd, 2016, and that was called the Anniversary Update. So the initial update of Windows 10 went pretty well. The November update went without too many problems. We had heard from the beginning that 2 updates a year they were trying to do that, but in the year of 2016, sorry, they only released one, and it was the Anniversary Update. Came out August 2nd, 2016. It's the first one in the Redstone code name, so it was Redstone 1, and it was built 1607. Version 1607, build 14393. It created a lot of stir because it kind of showed the flaws of the update system at Microsoft. So here we go. Let's just move on to November update, which is, of course, like I said, the 1511 that quickly followed. And so Anniversary Update was a kind of a fiasco a little bit. It showed that even though there was an insider program, the insider program had flaws. They couldn't see a lot of the things that were happening. It had problems in delivering code that doesn't break things. One of the most famous problems in Windows 10 Anniversary Update, the broken Logitech C920 webcam, which was the most, and is still to this day pretty much the most used, the most popular webcam. It was impossible that an insider program could not see something like that. And it did do some reorganization of the insider program. There were some changes that were done at that point. Anniversary Update, of course, continued to refine Windows 10, make it feel a little more finished. I would say that's the first version that officially Microsoft Edge started to look and feel usable a year after the official launch. As we moved on, we came to another version, that's the Creators Update. Now that name was something quite unusual. When it was announced and when they kind of used that name, we were like, whoa, Creators Update, what does it mean? And why do you call it that? So that was Redstone 2. It was version 1703. It was released April 5th, 2017. And it was build number 15063. That version started to show us some interesting aspects of Windows, including some dark mode stuff. And they started talking of fluent design and of changes to the look and the feel of Windows 10 operating system. And I would say, if I would personally have a moment where I think we could have released Windows 10, and I would say that the feel of the operating system started really looking like a complete Windows operating system. Creators Update, I think, is one of the times where this has happened. It's one of the moments where Creators Update is showing Windows 10 capabilities. It's a smooth rollout, works well, very little complaints of people having issues with it. It was very, very interesting. And Creators Update was a good roll. And, we thought, well, they've learned from Anniversary Update. That should work. Of course, the year of 2017 was the first year where 2 versions officially released. And the next one that was released, of course, was the Fall Creators Update. And that one kind of annoyed us in its name a little bit, because we thought, well, you had Creators Update. Fall, well, yeah, it's fall in the Northern Hemisphere, but it's not fall in the Southern Hemisphere. It's like, why you call it like that? We were thinking, already thinking, can you just remove the creator name and do something else, be a little more creative, maybe? It's version 1709. It was released on October 17, 2017. It's Redstone 3 as a code name, and it has a build number of 16299. That is another smooth rollout. Introduces, once again, some new features. It's a little controversial because Creators Update and Fall Creators Update have one problem. They follow 2 keynotes from Microsoft that tell us about features that are not making the cut. In Fall Creators Update, the big feature we thought was going to be there and didn't make it, timeline. We had to wait till the April 2018 update for that. So in the Creators Update also, there were some features that were missed out. And we started thinking, well, okay, maybe you shouldn't announce things that aren't there and not ready. And Microsoft itself, kind of a little weird times, was saying, no, we didn't say that. But in reality, everybody would go back to the keynote and say, yeah, you said that. Look, you did say timeline's going to be there. And that changed as we came into the April 2018 update. We kind of understood that now they were talking about features without saying when they would be released. So as we moved on, so Fall Creators Update, smooth rollout, pretty good. We come to Windows 10 version 1803. That's April 2018 update. The one that we are on right now was released on April the 30th and was a little late. There were glitches, there were issues, and one of the things that you think when there are glitches and issues is this going to be plagued with problems as they kind of stopped the rollout at the last minute. That was a very, very mysterious moment. It's build number 17134, and it reminds us, it's kind of in the shadow of the anniversary update and what it actually broke on some computers, and the sheer number of problems that people are talking about. For the most part, it still rolls out well, but there are more problems here than there were at Creators and Fall Creators. That's pretty obvious when you look at the complaints. There's also something interesting. It's the fastest rolling out of a Windows version. 84 point some % right now of people are on this. This is an amazing thing, because it means it's rolling out really fast to everybody. And so starting from here, we're now going to the future. What's next? What's coming next? Well, what's coming next basically is the next version, which still doesn't have a name. And the reason it doesn't have a name is because we're still a couple of months away. Windows 10 Redstone 5. What we think it's going to be called is October 2018 update, which would give us a October launch date for everybody. That would mean that maybe we would have a finished for insiders late September. This is going to be interesting to see. What build number will it have? You know, we're moving on. We're at 17723 right now. It will, of course, be higher than that. Will it roll out well? I hope so. I hope Microsoft, the insider team, kind of learned a little bit from the April 2018 update. One thing for sure, there are less new features in there than in past updates. I think they're just tweaking it to make it sure that it works well. And that's where we're going to. And then if we just looked a little bit further ahead, well, we have 19H1. That's because Redstone codename is the last version. Redstone 5, the fall version we'll have here in October, is the last codenamed Redstone. After that, it's codename depending on when it's going to come out. So 19H1, which means pretty much the first version of 2019. And anything can happen. What will be there, what will be new, of course, we are here to follow that. We'll follow that through this year, through next year. Hopefully we'll be here for a while doing all of these videos. I hope you enjoyed this going through of the different versions of Windows 10, and let's hope that the next versions will be pretty cool. If you enjoy my videos, please subscribe, give us thumbs up. Thank you for watching.